Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurumedeva Sarvakarishu Sarvada. Om Ganganapate Namaha. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara. Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sarva Mangala Mangalle Shive Sarvartha Sadike. Sharanya Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostate. Om Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Shri Hanumate Namaha. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 3rd of January 2025. I want to offer my prostrations to all the great sages and to Bhagavan, residing in the heart of every single being. With that bhavana and prarthana, we are continuing to examine the concept and the technology of Sankhya Vichar. So we'll spend today on this, and then we'll go back into the Upanishad starting tomorrow. I just want to talk about the three gunas of Maya in connection to Sankhya Vichar today. So, three gunas of Maya are Sattva Gun, Rajas, and Tamas. So, the Rajas Gun, or Rajogun as sometimes it is called, is characterized by activity, excitement, and passion. While it can be a driving force for creativity and achievement, an excess of rajas can lead to restlessness, agitation, and an inability to find peace. Right? So, when there is the quality of being very excited, very passionate, very active, there's a lot of energy in that. So there is a drive to seek stimulation and novelty, to feel easily agitated or frustrated, and a tendency to overwork or engage in excessive physical activity. That can happen also, right? Because it's trying to get certain kind of experience. Now, how does this connect with Sankhya Vichar? This Rajasic quality, once it begins to open up, it needs to be recognized. Oh, that my mind and my state of mind is in this Rajasic quality. That Rajasic quality gives us its own experiences. It has its own qualitative experiences. But simply expanding those experiences, trying to expand them, will not bring about ananda. It will cause more binding, it will cause more trouble. So, within certain limit, these things are natural. They are in life. Passion is natural. Excitement is natural. Activity is natural. Most of the human beings are within the framework of rajas, R-A-J-A-S, passions. It's the modality of passion. Wanting different experiences from Prakriti. Yes, that is a driving force. But nonetheless, there is a transition from rajas into sattva. There is a transition. So sattva gun is a transitional gun before we reach the nirguna state. The sattva embodies purity, harmony, and balance. It is a quality that leads to clarity of mind, inner peace, and spiritual growth. Cultivating sattva involves practices that promote mental clarity, emotional stability, and ethical living. And there's many different strategies for sattva gun. Engaging in regular meditation and mindfulness can calm the mind. Adopting a balanced and nutritious diet that supports physical and mental well-being. Ensuring adequate rest and sleep to rejuvenate the body and mind. Surrounding oneself with positive influences, uplifting literature, music, and the right kind of company. Practicing acts of kindness, compassion, to foster a sense of connection and harmony with others. Right? So this is a transition from rajas into sattva. Now the same kind of transition is there from tamas. Tamas is, it's darkness, inertia, confusion. When tamas prevails, it leads to lethargy, ignorance, lack of motivation. It also leads to procrastination, avoidance of tasks, feeling mentally foggy or confused, and tendency to indulge in unhealthy habits or overeating. This is all tamas. So to come out of tamas, one recognizes that one is in this state and takes steps to come out of that. If one is procrastinating, start doing the things that need to be done. If one is feeling lethargic, become more active, physically active, more active in terms of the Rajas gun, actually. If someone is in tamas state, become more Rajasic. If one is more Rajasic, become more Sattvic. If one is already very Sattvic, then try to pray to God for the Nirguna state. That is the ladder of development. Right? So there's a lot to be said about this, no doubt. It is an introspective journey. The 5 faults come out mostly out of Rajas and Tamas. Greed, lust, sensual indulgences, attachment, pride, etc. These things come out of ahankar. So the introspective journey is the key. Who does Sachin have to see these things in myself? Don't need to worry about anybody else. I have to see this directly myself. That is called an introspective inquiry, an introspective journey through self-examination. Examining one's thoughts, emotions, and actions through the lens of Sankhya. Question the motivations behind one's desires and attachments. Are they rooted in the transient nature of Prakriti, or do they align with the eternal source of Purusha? Seek to uncover the underlying causes of one's suffering and discontent. Prakriti's experiences are all transient. Right? So our motivations, if they are part of this transient Prakriti, mistaking it for permanent, that is the biggest mistake. Transience has its charm. It comes and goes, comes and goes. But if there is the desire to discover the Purusha, to discover the Brahman, the Atma Tattva, if that's what we really want, then one has to rise above the transient nature of Prakriti while living in it. Right? So many applications are there. The application is where we are able to cultivate inner peace, strengthen our connection with God, build mindfulness about thoughts, emotions, memories, desires, actions, all the way around. Live life with intention and clarity. Adopt a balanced lifestyle that includes nutrition, food, the right nutrition, right appetite, amount of rest, everything in its right place. And this all impacts our ethical conduct. Ahimsa, Satya, Aparigraha. 3 big points are connected with the sattvic life. Non-violence. To adopt a life of non-violence in thought, word, and deed. Violence is not just physically hurting someone. It's by thinking also one can hurt others. By words one can hurt others. Right? So that is called ahimsa. Then truthfulness is satyam. Upholding truthfulness and integrity in all one's interactions. Telling lies, speaking lies. Some people have only habit of speaking lies. What does that do? That causes a lot of energetic damage. It destroys whatever sadhana we may have done. And it is not at all helpful for us or for anybody else. So unnecessarily telling lies and all that is very, very harmful to one's spiritual progress. Not to tell lie. There's an incident I heard that if somebody does 50 malas, these rosary beads, 50 rounds, and tells one lie deliberately, right? The punyam, the effect of doing 50 rosary beads is cut in half by telling one lie. You see, so that is what happens. We don't realize how these inner faults impact our sadhana. But they do. They impact it quite a bit. All right. So these are some things to keep in mind. There's a lot more to be said about this, about Adhyatma, Adhibhut, Adidev. But we'll save that for another time. Because I want to jump back into the Upanishad starting tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll spend many, many months on Sankhya Vichar only and we'll not be able to get out of that. So, it's worth doing, no doubt. But I try to wrap some of the ideas in back as we go into the Upanishad and then eventually back into the Vivek Chudamani and move forward in the verses there, right? So let's stop here for now. Om Dhyanamulam Gurur Murti Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam Pujamulam Gurur Padam Mokshamulam Gurur Krupa Tameva Mata Chapita Tameva Bandhusha Sakha Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Kayena Vacha Manasendreva Buddhyatmanava Prakriti Sabhava Karomi Yadyat Sakalam Parasme Narayana Eti Samarapayami. Om Durge Durge Rakshini Tha Tha Swaha. Om Aim Rim Klim Chamundai Viche. Om Divalingaya Namaha, Urdhvalingaya Namaha, Anandalingaya Namaha, Dvadash Jyotirlingaya Namo Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Om Shri Durga Arpanamastu. Om Shri Lakshmi Narayana Arpanastu. Om Shri Radha Krishna Arpanamastu. All right, so